2. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, of great millstone, who only teach well. Peace of salutation to the 1144 first fruit. All right, so I have this article here from Public Health from Johns Hopkins, and it pretty much shows the title is this came out August 2025. It shows across the United States, childhood vaccination rates continue to decline. And why is this? Mainly people are actually finding out and doing their research about these vaccines, what's contained in them and things of that nature. Now, YouTube, this is not medical misinformation because I'm getting it straight from John Hopkins. This is what they're coming out with. And I do have another article from the CDC proving this as well. So this is not medical misinformation. Give me 1 second. Because, back in 2020 and 2021, when the talk of vaccinations was going out, a lot of people's pages got hit, a lot of things got scrubbed and deemed medical misinformation, which was actually incorrect, and now they're actually coming out with recent articles showing improving decline in vaccinations. And, a lot of reason behind it is because people actually are doing research, but anywho, let me read a little bit of what they have here. It says, as we prepare for a new school year, an increasing number of children may be vulnerable to vaccine preventable diseases, including measles, and so on and so forth. It says, new data reported by the Centers of Disease Control, or the CDC, which is located here actually in Atlanta, show that childhood vaccination rates in the United States are continuing to decrease. So this is something that's not new. When something is continuing, that means it's already begun in the first place. So it says with vaccination exemptions reaching an all-time high. So it says during 24 to 25 school year, coverage of measles, mumps, and related, diseases among kindergartners, vaccination coverage was just 92.5%, well below the 95% threshold needed to prevent transmission of measles viruses. It says state level coverage of MMR vaccines varied, ranging from 78.5 in Idaho to 98.2 in in Connecticut. And only 10 states had an average of above 95%. So pretty much what they're saying, you have to have a 95% or higher of vaccination, rating. It says these immunizations gaps have led to measles outbreaks in multiple states and the highest number of measles cases since the disease was declared eliminated in the United States in 2000. In 2000. Esau, you can't eliminate anything. You're definitely going to be eliminated. All right, so let's go to the CDC and just kind of back what it says here up. It says shows that the childhood vaccination rates in the United States are continuing to decrease. Now, this isn't only, children who are going to schools, but actually children who are newborns. People are refusing these vaccines to be put into their children. Like prime example, the vitamin K shot. Especially if you have a son and you want to get him circumcised, they're going to require you to get, a vitamin K shot. But there's proven evidence and there's proven scientific evidence that your baby produces vitamin K around the 8th and the 9th day of life. And that goes directly to scriptural evidence concerning circumcision of the child. The law says circumcise. Even Paul said it, circumcise the 8th day. Well, pretty much what vitamin K does is whenever there's like a wound or something like that, it stops the bleeding. That's how you get scabs nowadays. The vitamin K that's in your body, it can stop that bleeding. Now, when a child is, not of age, as in 8 days old, it doesn't produce that vitamin K. Therefore, if you want to circumcise the child, they're going to say, you got to have this shot, you know. But of course, you're not supposed to circumcise a child according to the law until the eighth day, you know. But these um, hospitals and stuff like that, they want to circumcise them right then and there. But in order to do it, you have to give them a vaccine. And that vaccine and vitamin K, when you look at the vitamin K shot, it has alcohol. It has so many different other things other than vitamin K in it that you're putting into your newborn child, you know. And a lot of people are declining it. So going back, it says vaccination coverage and exemptions among kindergartners. We're just speaking kindergartens. So vaccination coverage and exemption estimated among kindergartens are based on data reported by the CDC. So again, YouTube, this is reported by the CDC. This is not medical misinformation. It is reported by the CDC. Okay? So during the 2024-2025 school year, vaccination coverage among kindergartners in the U.S. decreased for all reported vaccines from the year before, ranging from 92.1% for these specific diseases to 92.5% for measles, mumps, and so on and so forth. It says the number of kindergartners attending school without documentation of completing the vaccines series was about 286,000 during the 2024-2025 school year. So these kids, and it's not the kids making the decision, though. It's grown parents making these decisions because they're coming to the realization of these vaccines really ain't too much of shit, you know. I don't know what's in them. These vaccines have proven cases to cause kids to have autism. And that's not medical misinformation because it's out there. It says during the 2024-2025 school year, exemptions from one or more vaccines among kindergartens in the U.S. increased to 3.6 from 3.3 the year before. Exemptions increased in 36 states and D.C., with 17 states reporting exemptions exceeding 5%. You know, so people are opting out and getting these vaccines. And this takes me to Psalm 58:4. It says, I'll read 3, you know. Fuck it. Let's start at 1. It says Psalm 58:1. It says, Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Verse 2, yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And I'm pertaining this to these Edomites. Okay? In your heart, all you know is wickedness. In your heart, according to the scriptures, when you look that word heart up, it means mind. La'ab in the Hebrew. Or la'ab in the Hebrew. Okay? And it means your mind. All you can think about is wickedness in your mind. How can we deter these Israelites? Because that's all this is about. That's all life is about. Esau hating on the Israelites. That's all it's about. It says, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Exactly. And one of the violences of your hands on the earth is through these vaccinations. You know, through these vaccines. These poisons, which we're going to get to, that you put out there. Verse 3 says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. And a lot of the lies are contained in these vaccines. Like, prime example, we were speaking 2020 to 2021. This quote-unquote plague came out in 2020. Okay? And just randomly created a concoction of vaccines from Johnson & Johnson and all these other Panzer, whatever the fuck, companies that just came out with it out of their ass cracks in a month. And now over 200 million people just said, yeah, I'll take it. Don't know what's in that vaccine. And there's been cases where a lot of people have lost their lives due to taking those vaccines and then also taking a jump shot or an added whatever to it. All right? Again, I'm speaking like this because this is proven and it's facts. And the CDC has came out with this information. All right. So verse 4 says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Right. In the poison I'm getting at, okay, the poison I'm getting at is these vaccinations, and it goes to show you that a lot of people, they're just declining this, okay, and that number is going to increasingly rise. Job 13:4, it says, but ye are forgers of lies, because we read it here in verse 3. It says, speaking lies, you're forgers of lies, you make these things up. All right, you make propaganda, you make a or whatever to make people believe in the lie that you're pushing. All right. And the reason I pull this out is because of what it says after. Ye are all physicians of no value. When you go into the word physician in Hebrew, it's rapah, which the word rapah means to heal or to be a healer. Okay? All right? And your healing has no value, except it has repercussions. Why, when you're watching a random football game, you might be watching Monday Night Football, and then this ad comes up about some random fucking pill that you need to take if you have diabetes or whatever. And then every time you hear these commercials, there's so many fine print sayings in it, and it may cause diarrhea and or death because you're a forger of lies. What you're trying to treat, what you're trying to treat has so many symptoms back to it that if you take it, there's a potential risk that you die from it. Okay? You are a forger of lies, and your healing is of no value. No value. And it's just coming to show, and you're coming out with these statistics, Esau, and you're plastering out in front of the whole world. I'm reading it to you right now. That vaccination coverage is going down. It is increasing. It is decreasing and declining. The rates continue to decline, and it's going to continue to do it. You know, you make a lot of big bucks off of this movement, and now you're losing it because people are coming to the realization of things. You know, so I just wanted to do that lesson here because I found this intriguing, and also that it's coming from reputable sources. Who hasn't heard of Johns Hopkins? Who hasn't heard of the CDC? And these are the statistics that they are coming out with, you know. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone who run and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Until the next time, I'd like to say shalom. Like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. All right, shalom.